Hi, Gustav.
Can you hear me?
How you doing?
Doing great. You from your phone? Talking from your phone?
Yeah. Can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yes, I can. You're fine.
Cool, let me try. How about now? Gustav.
Are you standing? Can you hear me?
How you doing? Wait, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good.
Are you standing? Or
No,
are you
I'm
sitting?
sitting.
Okay.
I will not be in a meeting for an hour and a half to be standing. That would be an exceptional skill if I did.
Yeah. I tried it sometimes. Like there's something called standing desk, in which you work while standing. Have you tried that?
Yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad, actually. I do like it because you get to move the desk up and down, so it's adjustable.
Yeah.
I haven't tried that, but for a meeting, I don't know.
I've been in meetings like for an hour and even over that while standing. I have to be moving, because like my back started hurting, like, and my feet too. So you're moving and stretching, so it kind of stay active.
Yeah, I guess in that way, it's got a very good positive. Come to think of it, that
Yeah.
could be a very expensive purchase tonight, maybe.
Do you work out, Mindy? Have you been doing any exercises? I see that you're
Yeah.
wearing a Nike logo. This is why I'm asking.
Yes, like every day is a workout, but I do generally work out.
What do you mean?
We're in national lockdown here, so everything we do is at home, like my exercise, reading, getting bored, lounging, everything is at home. So
I
yeah.
see. It's in your task list for the day. Getting bored, done. Like, check.
If that's actually a task, I need to get a life.
Yeah.
Because, like, come on, so you actually have to put that on your to-do list. Get bored, do nothing, watch Netflix and chill, get bored again, do nothing. Okay, yeah, that's how you know you need to get out of the house.
Yeah, imagine you get so bored that you get you get lazy to be bored. I don't want to be bored today. Like I'm too lazy.
You actually have an active conversation about it. You actually waste some brain cells about it. I was like,
Yeah,
wow, yeah, times are
there
hard.
you go. Not doing you right. And
Yeah.
so, what do you do at home? How do you exercise?
I do a lot of. Have you heard of HIIT, like high intensity interval training?
High intensity interval training. Interesting.
Hmm. That's like a very broad term to describe what I do. So I do a lot of circuit training. It can include something called burpees, um, like lunges. The idea is basically doing a circuit training of different exercises for a short amount of time, but in very rapid action. So it's very fast. So I do a lot of running. It's got to involve 20 minutes cardio. Um, so burpees, like army crawl, a lot of leg workout, core workout, arm workout. So yeah, there's a lot involved. It's
I
quite
see.
hectic.
How long does it take? 20 minutes?
It's all dependent on you. So I tend to work out for at least an hour, 3 times a week, which includes cardio.
I see. So you
Yeah.
use only the weight of your body. You don't use any, like, use your body and chairs and surfaces, but no instruments.
Yeah, I do. I've got a gym set up at home. So we've got a cross trainer and a bike, which is like a recumbent bike. So the style of a recumbent bike is similar to like a mountain bike, but you can actually sit down on it and control I guess you can hold it and you can monitor your heart rate.
Hmm.
But I do have something called resistance bands. Have you heard of
This is
those?
like something you stretch and then it comes back.
Yeah, yeah. And you can even put it on a door handle and like just add more friction to it. So it kind of gives you more to work with.
I see.
Hey, Vanessa.
Hello.
Hi, Van. You said recumbent bike?
Yeah, so that's spelled RECUMB. I think it's ANT or ENT, recumbent.
No. Yeah, I got the spelling right. I just didn't get the concept.
Google
What is
it.
a recumbent bike? Can you explain again?
Shall I send you a picture of it?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture. But do you work out?
Oh, I can Google now.
Okay.
I didn't until 2 weeks ago. Right,
Mhm.
recumbent bike. Oh, we see. You sit back. So even for working out, you sit back, Mindy. Come on.
Come on, if I need to watch Netflix, then there's a good chance for me to do it, all right?
Yeah. Sit back and work out. Let's see.
It's still a good form of cardio.
Yeah, looks nice.
It is.
And it doesn't hurt your butt. Because I had this regular ones, they hurt, like the bones.
Oh
You
God, yeah.
get sore afterwards.
Are you considering working out?
I've been just walking, like around the neighborhood, to get active. Because, for example, the kitchen here is in the last floor, and I was very sedentary. And whenever I got to the kitchen, I would be like panting, right? Panting, that's the term. Like breathing deeply, and my heart rate would raise a lot. And then, okay, I have to do something. So I started just walking to build a habit of exercising instead of doing something as I did before many times in my life. Like there's a pattern. I'm sedentary, and then I stop doing something very intense out of nowhere, and then I cannot handle it, and then I stop. So instead of doing that, I just started doing something light, just to get the habit, just to get the taste for getting active. And then after 3 weeks or months or so, I can like upgrade to something more intense and do it as a long-term commitment, not something to get fast results.
Yeah, I like that.
I want to become the person who exercises. Like I am this person who does this, and not like I'm exercising to lose weight. This is what happens when I do lose weight. Like I'm going to stop, and then if I stop, I'll go back to the way I was. It's not the best way of thinking.
True. It makes it very temporary, doesn't it?
Yeah. So how long have you been doing these intense trainings?
Since lockdown. So lockdown here feels like since I was born, but let's just say since March. So about the best part of 9 months.
I see.
Yeah.
Hi, Van.
Hello.
Vanessa.
Oh,
Hi.
okay. Hi.
Nice to meet you guys here. Hi, Di. Are you wearing workout clothes? Or you're talking about workouts?
Yeah.
Are you wearing? Were you working out before here, Diana?
Yeah, yes, I was.
What did you do? Did you work out at home or you went to the gym?
No, I work at home.
Home, worked out at home.
Sometimes I run around the house because I moved to another city about 2 months. So with this pandemic and with this pandemic stuff, I didn't went to see some gym or some place to work out.
I see. Has it been working out for you? You know that you can say that, Di, like when something has been working out, has been going well. So has your workout been working out for you?
Okay, thank you.
I'm asking you actually.
If it's working out, to work out in my home?
Yes.
Yes, it is. I like to. I really don't like to go to gyms. I don't like that everybody looking for you and doing stuff and waiting. How can I say, to lift weights? Yes, lifting weights and etc. Gustavo, give me some time to change my mind to English. I am trying to figure the Zoom in my computer because I had some problem here and I put in my my phone. So give me some time, please.
Okay. I want to do like the workout. Mindy, can you tell me again the name? Is high intensity what?
High intensity interval training.
Interval training. So I want to do that for English, like out of nowhere. I get English on your face, like, and then you have to adapt to it. I'm kidding.
Yes.
Sometimes
Sometimes it's training.
It's training.
Pardon me? Vanessa, what did you say?
Yeah, I was asking Mindy if is it something like CrossFit, like very strong, very intensive.
Yeah, it is really intense. It's very intense. Like, it's basically like a collection of different exercises that works different parts of your body, in a very fast pace, quick, like short amount of time. So maybe you have to do like 30 star jumps in like 30 seconds. So it's a very, very fast paced exercise, and you do get a workout. You probably feel like you want to end your life after it, but it's worth it. It is worth it.
I like it. I like this kind of training.
Try something called the Insanity Workout. It was really famous about 5 years ago, so it's called the Insanity Workout. It might be a bit scary, but just have a look at it and see if it floats your boat.
I'll try.
Diego,
I like it.
Sorry,
I used to like CrossFit because of that. Like I was having like the feeling that I really worked out when I was finished, when I was done, and other kind of trainings. I was like, I didn't do anything. I really like it. Yeah, I really like that feeling that I'm challenging myself to do my best. You know, I'm really pushing myself. I remember my first class of CrossFit. I couldn't get to the end. I was stopping. I was saying my coach like, I need to stop because I'm gonna throw up, and he was saying like, it's okay, you can go there, throw up, and come back. That's what I like.
You savage.
That's what I like. You do it. You can do it.
That's what you like?
Yes, I like that.
If I don't feel like throwing up, I'm not even exercising like Vanessa.
I like to go. I like to go to my limit. You know.
Yeah.
I like this sensation of going to my limit, and of course, like I'm not crazy. When I'm feeling really bad, I'm feeling like I'm gonna throw up. Of course, I was stopping because it was like it's always like this in the beginning. Everyone who is practicing CrossFit said like nobody's like this in the beginning. So whenever you feel like this, like if you feel like you're going to throw up or you feel like you're too weak, you stop for a while and you come back. It's better than stopping and not coming anymore.
I see. Yeah, I did CrossFit once and never came back. I might try again someday.
Really?
I also did Muay Thai. I really liked Muay Thai. Yeah, and I like this fact. I'm gonna talk to Diego in a second. Okay, Diego, don't.
No worries.
And I did Muay Thai, and okay, this concept that you just mentioned of being pushed by someone is very interesting because I used to do these star jumps, for example, by myself, and I would do 50, and I thought, okay, that's my limit. But then the first day I got to Muay Thai, it was the beginning of this year. I had to do 350, and I did it. And I was, hey, like if someone else is pushing me, and if I've got other people doing it with me, I can go much further than I could by myself because I don't have judgment enough to know what is my limit. You know. What do you think of that, Diego? I know that you are a workout enthusiast.
Yeah, I just ran 10 kilometers and I'm here today. Yeah.
Wow. Like before breakfast to run 10 kilometers. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you just fly when you run?
No.
No. Oh, God. 10 kilometers, wow.
It is quite
you
long.
Do that every day?
No, it's kind of a program that we do. We need to prepare ourselves to go in like, let's say, a trial. Yeah. We go every Saturday, and every Saturday we need to run this amount of kilometers, and that is nice, guys. Nice.
Yeah.
Diana
It's something
is
you were learning
not.
about running.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to download the WhatsApp on my computer,
Oh,
but
right,
I
right.
can't, and that's why I'm like, it's not working.
Okay. I know it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. Then at
I,
first, I was like, I would never do this. So
After what?
like, I maybe like 6 months ago, I would never do this. This is insane. This is crazy.
Yeah.
And now I feel it's like something that's part of my life.
I see.
I can stop running.
But you
It is
feel like
nice.
it's okay. 10 kilometers is like your standard now.
Yeah.
Go for a walk and like, oh, I ran 10 kilometers. Didn't even notice. Like that.
Kinda.
Getting
No,
there.
it is exhausting. It is exhausting. Like here, I'm feeling good, and my legs are totally so destroyed.
Yeah,
Like
so
my feet, it is so in pain, but it's okay.
I see.
I
So,
also, I also, I've heard you guys talking about Mindie, talking about the high intensity interval training, and I also like these. I've done the spinning with cycling,
yeah.
and it was amazing. So I felt the sensation of throwing up after this, and it is
Uh,
just like
yeah.
it's just like 2 minutes, 1 minute that you are doing so hard, and after you kind of rest, but
There's no such thing. It's a lie.
it's a lie.
It's a lie.
And you need to do like 5, 6 rounds of this. It is insane, but it is nice. It is just a 10 minutes training, yeah, 10, 15 minutes training. Yeah.
Wow. And it really
And it
scares your body into losing weight, right? Because
mm.
like I like this narrative of talking to your body. Like if you do a light workout for a long time, your body thinks, okay, I have to retain energy because it's looking for food and the food is far away. So the more energy he has, the better. So I'm not going to spend so much. Let him run. But if you do intensity workout, your body thinks, wow, something's wrong. He's either
Mm-hmm.
running for his life, or he's very like hungry or something, and I have to use all of my energy to survive. So when you do these intensity workouts, like you scare your body into losing weight. Hey, like something's wrong, take it. Like take that energy, use it. You know? So I know that these walks that I've been doing are not very effective in that sense. I just want to build a habit in the beginning and then increase the intensity into something that makes sense to my workout goals.
Do you track yourself? Like, do you know how many kilometers do you normally do?
No, I just yeah, as I said, like just building the habit. But
Yeah.
I just track time, like 20 minutes to 30 minutes walking, exploring the city. And
Mm-hmm.
when it compared to doing nothing, it's really effective because I was telling Mindie they have to go upstairs into the kitchen, and before I started walking, I was panting and my heart rate raised, and now I'm okay going to the kitchen. So it's a first step.
Baby steps, yeah.
Diego, do you see more women or men run with you in your group?
Women.
Most
The
women.
group then. Yeah, most
What
of them
makes
are women.
Is that a good thing?
Sorry?
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Are they good
Mhm.
motivators?
Yeah. It's nice, like besides we can run like in a group now, yeah, because of the pandemic times, but we can go like in trios or in groups of 4 in these ideas. And the girls, they motivate a lot, like, don't stop, don't stop, breathe, breathe in, breathe out, like, let's go, let's go. So they, like, we men, like, we are just suffering, suffering, like, just going with the wave. But you girls, you motivate a lot, like, let's go, let's go. It is nice.
What do you think that happens?
I don't know. It is quite interesting, eh?
Do you guys know how, like, why? Is there a rule? Do you think women motivate people more often than men?
There is this sense of that women, like, it is good with words, yeah, good with ideas of talking and motivating, but I really don't know if it is one generalization of this idea.
I want to hear from the girls, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory.
Okay, please.
I think that this motivational stuff is more kind of men thing. You can see all these big figures like I don't know, Steve Jobs. They all have this type of way of thinking, like motivating themselves to go, etc. But I think to stimulate, to motivate others to run with you and to go with you, maybe it's more a woman thing, because we are not so competitive. We are more cooperative because we have to take care of children and etc. I don't know if it has to be about being a mom. I think it's about to have a mind not so competitive. We are more like, come, doesn't matter if I get there first than you. What matters is that we both go through our limits and etc. Something like that.
Okay. Is it true for you, Vanessa, as well?
Depends of the situation.
Are you competitive?
Sorry?
Are you competitive?
Depends of the situation as well. Like I'm not competitive with women, with other women. And like what she's saying, at some point is right. At some point in my life, I have been facing situations where the women were being competitive against me, against other women. Sometimes I believe we are changing. I believe society put this on us, like that we had to have a competition to be the most beautiful, the most desired girl. I have been facing like bad situations with friends, like female friends, like girlfriends, like trying to put me down, like in a soft way, let's say like this. I can't forget a day that a friend of mine was, I like her a lot, but I can't forget the day she was like, she posted a video with me. We were like hanging out in somewhere together, and someone sent her a message, hey, like you never introduced me this kind of girl, like this kind of friend, you don't introduce me, like those kind of joke, like. And she's saying, oh, my friend is already sending me a message that he wants me to introduce you to him because he found you beautiful, it's just because you are red hair, just because of that. Like she started saying something like, because he's crazy for red hair here. And I was like, nah, yeah, can be, not because I cannot be beautiful if I even if I would be different, like another hair, I couldn't be beautiful. Yeah, okay. I was like, thank you for your compliment. And I see as a way like of being jealous, because like she's seeing other female taking attention. It doesn't mean she's ugly or something like this. It's just someone like got attention on me, and it could happen the opposite. I could post a video with her on my Instagram, and someone could say like, oh, your friend is very beautiful, I want to get to know her. Like, sometimes we have this kind of thing, and I think society made us think like this, like, oh, because someone found someone else beautiful, is because you are in a competition, you cannot be beautiful like her. But I believe we are changing nowadays.
I agree with that. I do think because well, I think if we had to touch on a particular subject when it comes to men and women together, I thought that there was more favoritism or treatment given toward the male side. But now I think because there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of evolution happening, it's becoming more collaborative competition. I don't know if everybody's heard of the term collaborative competition. So it's like you want to get to your end destination. You want to be the best at what you do, but you're also helping other people to achieve their win in the process as well. So it's not just like a selfish movement. So I do think women are reaching that pillar. We're actually getting to that point. So it's definitely changing. Yeah.
What do you think of that, Laurie? Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're talking about first we were talking about working out, and then competition among women. And I've seen this phrase a lot, that, and I want you guys to confirm to me or like refute it, that women dress for other women, like they put makeup on for other women and everything. And that's, if it's true, would be a kind of competition, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Is that true? Like, do you feel it's true?
Is that really true?
Is it? Tell me more about that.
I don't like this, but it's real. The women pay attention in other women all the time, and think about the clothes and the behavior and gossip with other women.
Wow. Like, what kind of gossip?
If the clothes are short, or if she do something that the other person think it's wrong.
Can you give us an example?
Like when a girl go out, I don't know, go out with a man and go to bed in the first time. It's very common. The women talk about this in a bad way.
I see.
But for men, it's okay, no problem.
Do you guys feel that's true? Paolo, what do you think?
Yeah.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, definitely, it's true. We still have this kind of difference being made between women and men because of the exactly same behavior. If a man does that, it's not a problem. If a woman does, it's definitely a problem. She will be judged. She will be treated as she's less than the man because of this. And the first thing, Gustavo, that you're talking about, the fact that the women dress themselves for other women, for example, this happens maybe because women pay more attention, in the details. So if you go to a party with the same dress, for example, of another woman, my God, these women can feel very bad, very bad because of this. I don't feel exactly like that. I'm not. I don't bother myself too much
High
because of
five.
this. And if this happens to a man, definitely, they will maybe take a picture. How we are the same clothes, you know. If there are 3, 4, 5, my God, the picture will be the best, you know, because of the same shirt, because of the same color or things like that. But with women, we still have this thing about being different and being the you know, you need
soul of the party, like.
Sorry?
Like the soul of the party, of the place.
Yes, you need to call some attention to yourself, you know, your hair needs to be different and things like that, because women will pay attention. But I never felt like that. The soul of the party, yes. I never felt like that. I felt like another women will pay attention, but I never felt like I was dressing myself for another women, for example, because this is not what I like, you know. I was thinking about myself, about feel okay and think I'm good, and maybe if I wanted was to call attention of a man that I was interested, for example, and that's it. Let's talk more. Another person comment.
About this idea of wearing clothes. Once I thought that that's changing now, like, but I thought like girls have such cooler clothes, like you have like different designs, and like you can go here and a shoulder out and an arm outside, and like different designs, while for men is just usually the same thing, like suits and t-shirts and shorts, and that's it. But there's been a movement, right, like of men starting to wear women's clothes and also having more differently designed clothes for men. Do you feel that's a benefit, or it's a struggle of being a woman, having too many clothes to choose from?
I personally think it's a struggle, because like if you can see my wardrobe right behind me, there's a lot, and I also have black bin bags right there.
Wow,
like there's a black bin bag there. So it's a struggle, because like when there's too much choice, and if you don't have many places to dress for, it can become quite difficult. And plus, like when you have too much, you become spoilt for choice. When you have too little, you have to make the most of what you have. Sometimes you don't have the right dress wear to be fit for an occasion, so it can be quite tricky sometimes. So I'd rather make the best of my wardrobe by buying things even when I don't need it and live in abundance, and just make sure my wardrobe has nice looking stuff and casual looking stuff, so I've got the best of both worlds. So if I'm talking very fast, guys, just let me know. It's a British thing.
It's okay for me.
Yeah,
let's just slow down if you think.
Cool.
Go on. You finished?
Yes, I have.
Okay. You talk very fast, I didn't even notice. Okay. Vanessa, what do you think of that?
I got lost, sorry.
Like the question is, do you think having too many clothes to choose from, or
okay.
struggle?
Yes, I remember one of the question. No, I don't think it is a struggle. I think it was when I was younger. When I was like teenager, I used to care more about what people would think about me, and I used to have my self-esteem used to be lower. I think all teenagers are facing this moment, like between your 15 to 18, 19. But like I think after 20 something, I started changing, like step by step. I was changing without realizing, you know. Nowadays I don't care anymore like what I'm wearing. I like to wear like well, but I don't care so much anymore. Like I just look at my clothes, oh, it's going to fit me well anyway. I'm going there.
And a common phrase that we hear that women say is, "I don't have any clothes," while they have.
Yeah.
Clothes behind.
The lies. The lies.
Right. So why do you think that happens? Why do you have 100 pieces of clothing have any clothes?
It's like Mindie said. I said it right. Your name right, Mindie? It's Mindie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mindie. It's like Mindie said about. She's talking about an occasion. So we need to have. We need. This is in our head, you know. We need to have the perfect clothes to the perfect occasion, to the exactly occasion, you know. So you can open the you can look to our clothes and show to us this word. No, it's not. My God, it's not. It's not the right color. It's not the right kind of clothes to this occasion, you know. So I have used this clothes yesterday, and I took a picture and I posted on Instagram. So I can't use this today. So we have this thing, you know. Gustavo is always dressed in a black shirt or a white shirt, so
It's so easy.
yes.
But you know, like you can go deep on that. Like why that? Why do you think you cannot repeat your clothes?
I think some days you choose the clothes according the mood of the day. And some days no clothes seem well for you.
Yes.
I see.
Because it's not only to a party or one day you go out and take a picture. Some days don't have clothes to go to work because no no it's difficult to choose one blouse or t-shirt to go to work. Oh, it's crazy.
Nothing matches your mood.
Yes.
But don't you wear a uniform at work?
No, I don't have. I need to choose every day.
Every day, come on, that's so tiring.
Every day, yes. Every day morning, I open my I don't know the name.
Wardrobe.
Yeah. Sorry?
Wardrobe,
yes. And see all my clothes and think I don't have clothes.
I don't have that. What do you feel about that, Guy?
Me?
Yes.
Well, I think that I think there are two problems, at least for me. First of all, is because people will judge about looking at our clothes. I'm saying this because I am a lawyer, and I used to work in a really big office, and I had to use every day high heels and fancy clothes. And if I didn't put that type of clothes, people would judge me into the office, the clients, even my friends, because it's like, oh, Diana is not a good lawyer because she's not with good clothes. So this is a fact that some type of jobs, you have to have some kind of clothes because you will be judged for it. Other things that women usually lose weight and get weight easily. So sometimes you have clothes, but the clothes don't fit you. So you don't want to buy more clothes because you want to get your body back on the size it was before. So that's why sometimes we don't have clothes. I don't know if it happens to you girls, but with me it happens a lot. And
yes, we drink a cup of water, then our clothes doesn't fit in us.
I don't know. For me, it's like this. So, and I really, when I get some weight, I really don't buy new clothes because I deny myself of being fatter. Is that the right way to say, Gustavo? I deny. I
In denial.
Gustavo, your mic is
in
off.
denial. Thank you.
Yeah, you refuse to
Oh,
accept.
being.
Or in denial.
I refuse to accept. Yes, that's the to be fatter. So I think that's it for me. But Diana, I like to wear clothes that makes me feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And this is why when I'm at home, now that we are working at home, I am always with t-shirts and this stuff.
Yeah. And that's crazy, right? Because for men, it's much easier to be good looking and comfortable at the same time. And I don't feel that's
to remember.
Women.
I don't think so.
Sorry, Vanessa?
I don't think so.
Is it just as easy?
I don't know. I feel myself beautiful with whatever clothes I put on.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's good.
I'm not a guy. No, I'm not having this problem nowadays. I just open. I'm being very confident. Like this, I think from my 25 years old to now, for some reason I have been pretty confident. I just open and okay, put the clothes on and yeah, it's cool. That's it.
I'm covered. That's done. Like nothing else.
I'm beautiful anyway. Sometimes some people say like I'm too skinny now because I lost some weight during the last past I don't know 6 months.
Yeah.
And I just don't care. Oh,
Vanessa, I think you are. If you record this and show the world, all women are gonna hate you, like because you're saying that all of your clothes fit you and that you lost weight during quarantine. Wow, that's
yes.
And I got a lot of weight when I was in Australia. I think in 2019. Like not during the whole time. I think 2019. I think it's my boyfriend's fault because he was cooking very well, and and he was cooking a lot and I was eating a lot, and I got a lot of weight. I can say I was not that comfortable with that weight, but even like this, I was not like that worried about that. I was still happy with my body and still happy with my clothes. I don't know. I just didn't like. I remember I didn't like my face, because whenever I'm earning wage, I'm like, looks like everything's coming to my face. So it's the only thing I wasn't comfortable with.
Carry your head around like this.
Yeah, I was taking some photo and I was like, my cheeks were so big.
What do you guys think of that about being comfortable in your clothes? Is that easy for you? Hard? Mindie, you want to say something?
I think it's easy depending on the environment. So because I'm at home quite a lot and I do work out and I'm all over the place, I tend to wear like my sporty clothes. I find sporty clothes a lot more comfortable because they're very fit for the weather. They're very self-absorbent. I'm getting the technical language out here, so sorry. It's very comfortable because you get like a mixture of fleece, you get a mixture of cotton. So I think it's just very practical and functional for me. So I enjoy being in sporty clothes. But if I was to go out and wear like very fancy clothing, I am comfortable in it. You have to be comfortable in it because you're buying it for yourself. You have to be comfortable in your own skin. But a lot of people don't find that. So yeah, it's a tricky one, but I feel comfortable in a lot of the clothes that I wear. If I wasn't, then I wouldn't be having such a clear out with so many bin bags in my room. So it's got to work.
Yeah.
It has to work. Yeah.
Lo, what do you think of that?
I think it's difficult sometimes. Feel comfortable and wear clothes you need to work, for example, or go to party, because some clothes it's very fit, or I don't know the word, sorry. But clothes to go out, to go to party, for example, it's difficult to be comfortable. And I really want to feel comfortable in the most days, but sometimes it's difficult. Now I'm totally comfortable because I'm wearing pajamas.
Pajamas.
Sorry?
This shows a lot about us, right? Why do we have to be uncomfortable for other people and comfortable for ourselves? You know, for everyone. I brought that up because I saw a woman yesterday walking the street, and she was wearing very tight clothes, and she was adjusting her trousers, and it was very tight in her body, and she was wearing heels, and like almost she's she struggled to survive in that suit, and she's probably not uncomfortable at home. Like, why do we change? Paul, do you think?
I heard. Sorry, just to make a comment. I heard a woman talking some months ago. She was telling me that her grandmother teached her some way that a woman is just a woman. It is a woman if she knows how to walk in using heels, you know. So she says, I don't feel comfortable if I'm not using heels. And we know here that there are heels that are really, really thin, very difficult to walk, very dangerous too, because you can hurt yourself. You can, very uncomfortable if you use these for 3 hours, for example. It will be very, very difficult. Something that I remember that men used to make comments. Whindersson Nunes, which is a Brazilian comedian, she talks about our, I forgot, our
Bra.
how can I say
Bra.
that? Bra, yes. He talks about how much a woman feels relieved because she takes the bra off, you know. And these works with heels too. And I was thinking, my God, what a pressure, what a big pressure, you know, to be a real, yes, pressure. I said it wrong.
I think you're saying pressure. You mean pressure?
Sure.
I think it's pressure.
Pressure, yes. Pressure. Sorry. Thank you. Pressure, you know, and you put this in your head, and it's very important to we understand that this is culture, that we learn these and we keep learning because we are teached like that, and we keep trying to fit, you know, in this kind of rule. And that's it. It's very hard for us to be women.
To be honest, I am quite weird, but I don't feel uncomfortable with bra. every woman look at me when I say that, like, don't you feel uncomfortable with bras? You prefer like wearing bras than not using bras? Because I don't know, for some reason I feel like when I'm wearing bra, it depends of the bra, of course. But when I'm wearing bra, I feel like I'm awake, you know. I'm awake. I think just because I got used to. So it's like something that is like natural for me already. So I'm wearing bra, I feel like I'm awake. I can walk, I can study. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like I'm not, if I'm without bra, I feel like I'm going to sleep. For some reason.
I think you are buying the right ones, because there are some that are extremely uncomfortable and it's not good for our health, I think.
Yeah.
But there are some bra that are very comfortable. And
yeah, it depends of the bra. That's what I'm telling. But like, I'm okay about, like, if it's a comfortable one. It depends of the brand, of the style.
I feel like you, Vanessa. I can't be without bra, but I just use comfortable bras.
My God, I love to be without bra in my house. Every time I have the opportunity, I take this off, you know?
I wish I was that way, because I think you have. I think it's like I learned to be like this, and it's some kind of way of growing, and I don't know, mindset. I think, but I don't feel comfortable without bra. I don't know.
Even at home?
But Diana, this that you are using right now, you consider that some kind of bra or not?
Sports bra, right?
Yes, it is for gym. It's like, it's not a bra.
Yes,
It's
that
it's
that
a
ones are very comfortable. But I think I'm
yes.
talking exactly about that kind of
Yes,
that,
and
you
with
know.
that ferro, I don't know, iron, with iron.
With
That
Yes,
iron.
ones
yes.
I don't use anymore,
Okay, so
because
you're using the comfortable one.
yes,
I have
but
one
it's hard
iron,
to
which is
find.
really good. It's really comfortable. I don't know, like it's. I think they made it in a special way. It has an iron, but I cannot feel. Like, but it was really expensive.
It has a wire, right? A wire.
Yeah, like a wire. Yeah, yeah. It was really expensive. It's the only one I have like this, and it's really comfortable. I can't feel like, and that there are some parts which like I don't know, but it's like it's fitting so well this part here. So yeah, it's not bothering. But yeah, I had some which they were really bad.
Guys, before we go on, let's go through a few words. We've learned a lot about like sports vocabulary today.
Yeah.
So you are mentioning sports bra. You know, that kind of bra. And by the way, bra comes from brasier.
Oh really?
Brasier in French. And so it's weird that in English we use a different French word than we use like, because in Portuguese we also use a French word, right? Just, you know. India, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
We use for this object we use a different French word in Portuguese, soutien, which means.
Can you repeat that again?
Soutien. Actually, we say
Soutien.
soutien.
Write it for her, Gustavo.
The original word. Okay, we call it right like this.
Soutien. Okay.
I believe it's like this. Wait.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Which means to sustain.
I got you. Makes sense.
Yeah. And in English, bra comes from brasier. I don't know if there's another meaning by but the object itself.
Yeah. That makes sense.
You mentioned high intensity.
Interval workout or training, sorry.
Training. Okay. Recumbent bike.
The lazy bike.
Yeah. Let me show you guys what a recumbent bike is. So. It's a recumbent bike. So it's you bike while you rest. It's like it balances out. You sit back and you bike.
So if you want to Netflix and chill and exercise at the same time, this is the way forward. Because that's what I do.
Does recumbent mean like something you rest your back against? Mindie? Recumbent. Especially of a person or human figure lying down. Recumbent statue, so lying flat, horizontal, sprawled, Spread eagled. What? So reclined, or something you lie down on. Interesting. There's no word for me. About sports, we also got resistance band, like a piece of elastic material that you have to stretch and then it pushes back, so you work on your muscles. Workout. So about this, it's interesting because you can write this in one word, workout. It means a noun, right? It's a noun. So my workout, the workout of the day. So Diego's workout today was running 10 kilometers. It's a noun. And then you have the verb to work out, which can mean to exercise your body or to make something work. Or make work. Like everything is gonna work out just fine. I tell that to myself when I'm not feeling very good. Everything's gonna work out just fine. Like everything's gonna work out just fine. Work out just fine or turn out just fine, okay? But I'm just showing you the other meaning of to work out, okay? You understand?
Sure.
Yes. So another sports vocabulary, star jumps. Okay, pretend you're a star and you jump. You can also call it jumping jacks.
Yeah.
Okay, jumping jacks or star jump.
The same that we call polichinelo?
Yeah.
Star jumps or jumping jacks?
Yes. If you download one of those exercise apps and do them, like the 7-minute apps, you can learn many workout names like sit-ups and push-up and lunges and so on. Now, Mindie use a nice expression. If it floats your boat. You get that?
Yeah. Meaning if it tickles your fancy. Yeah.
Use another expression to explain it. So if it tickles your
fancy. Meaning if that's something you're into, then cool. Basically.
Sorry?
That's my way of saying if that's what you're into, then cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's what you're into.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can always download one of those apps and do those 7-minute daily workouts if it floats your boat. So if it works for you, if you like it, if you're into it. Now about wearing things. Wearing, okay? We don't usually use the verb to use for clothes. Like I'm wearing a t-shirt, I'm wearing a suit, I'm wearing a bra, I'm wearing high heels, I'm wearing glasses, okay? Like any accessories or clothes, use the verb to wear. You cannot wear a pen unless you do. Like you can wear a pen like that, but you usually use a pen, okay? And what is the past of wear is war. Okay, you went to war when you wore that. War. Mm-hmm. The past of wear is war. So I wore that in the party, and my friend was wearing the same thing. So I believe Paulo was saying, I'm not going to wear something that I wore yesterday. Speaking of war, wardrobe, the object that we usually use to store our clothes. It has this name because initially it was used to store weapons. and then we changed it to store clothes. You can also call it closet, but usually when it's like embedded, built into the wall, right? Something else. Oh, you can, about getting fatter, you can gain weight.
Yeah.
Lose weight. Or you can put on or off. Can you put off weight, Mindie?
No, I think that just a way of saying that is no,
Just
we don't
put
say
on.
off.
Yeah, just put on weight.
Yeah.
So to gain weight, you can put on weight. Okay.
Yeah.
So gain weight, lose weight, put on weight means the same as gain weight. Okay. And there was something else. Oh yeah, the verb to teach. Paulo, you there? Paulo?
Hello, Gustavo. Sorry.
The past of teach is taught. Okay.
Okay.
Teach is not a regular verb, so you don't say teach it. You say taught. So her mother taught her that to be a woman, she had to wear heels or high heels. Perfect. Any questions?
No, I think we've covered a lot.
Okay. Going back to working out, I asked Diego if there were more women working out. Do you believe that's a fact? Do women usually work out more than men in numbers? And if so, why that?
It could be related to the idea of that the girls already said that somehow they are judged, so they want to show up to the other girls. So I think it could be related to that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Usually girls are more judged and about their bodies, aren't they?
Yeah, I think, sorry if I can chime in. I think women put a lot of pressure on themselves to look good, lose weight because of the society, because of standards in society, because of their peers. But I think what they tend to forget is that they need to do it for themselves. So sometimes if you have lots of women in your sports group, Diego, they might actually just be doing it because they have an ambition or a goal or a habit to just run and keep fit. But it works both ways. It's an individual goal, or it's what's the word? It's a goal for the wrong reason because of pressure. Yeah, that's how I'd like to put it.
Yeah.
Usually, when men are fat, like, oh, he's fat. Like, we're not very judged. We are. Like, everyone is judged about their bodies, for their bodies and the way they wear, they dress. But I believe it's more acceptable for a man to be overweight and to not look his best than for a woman, usually, isn't it?
And even there is a social construction that if you like we men, we are fat, it shows that we can provide or we have money, and that's one of the reasons that we are privileged. Yeah.
Yeah. Among homosexuals, there's even a category called bears. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
like men who are fat and hairy, and they love it. You know, like people who like it. So it's even I know a bear, and he says that he doesn't want to lose weight because he's going to lose his sex appeal or something. It's great for him.
That's true. That's true.
Great for him to be overweight, you know. Is that true for women in any level?
Sorry, Gustavo.
Is that true for women in any level? Like having to be overweight because that's good looking?
If we like bears or
no, I mean among women. I'm mentioning this because in this scenario, being overweight is great. Is there such a scenario in which being overweight for a woman is great too?
Yeah, if her man likes to hold on to something. Yes.
Yeah. Hold on to something.
Like,
Yeah.
I heard some guys saying that.
Yeah, like
need a bit of meat, in other words.
Yeah, that's
in a very diplomatic way, I mean.
There's kind of a thing here in Brazil too, like, oh, some men and say that, oh, have to be able to hold on to something, like to grab something, some meat and everything.
I think in here in Brazil, people care so much if the woman has to be perfect, like no belly, a big boob, big ass. No, they care so much about that. If you're not like this, you're not beautiful.
Seriously.
This is why we are. Sorry.
Go on, Paula.
Sorry, Paula. Go ahead.
No. I was going to talk about the surgeries that we are the country, one of the mainly country that does a lot of surgeries, that buys a lot of different artificials to get pretty, you know, and we have this pressure again. And I was thinking, I heard Vanessa saying that we have this pressure to be perfect, but if you go out, depending on where you are, obviously, but in any place, any city, if you go out, you will see the reality. You know, you go to the beach, to the beaches. If you go to the normal places, you know, to people who does not have a lot of money, for example, I was in one of the beaches of São Luís recently, and I was looking to the people, you know, and I was thinking, my God, this is not the reality that we look on the Instagram.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
You were hearing?
No.
We lost you after Instagram.
Okay. Just someone called me and the mic was off automatically. Sorry. So yes, that's not the reality that we see on their Instagram, and they are looking to people that maybe they live for this, you know, for take care about their bodies, for having the healthier food that they can, and to go to the gym every day and things like that. And we know that there are people that they born in genetic way that it was more easier, you know, to have that kind of body or things like that. And we look to the pictures and on the Instagram, and we put that pressure to ourselves. I look at to a meme. It was yesterday. It's like that, guys. Meme, the same in English.
What?
Meme.
You say that again?
Meme.
Meme. Okay. In Brazil we say meme. Meme. So I saw a meme. Yes, thank you. That it was a woman that was pregnant of 10 weeks, and it had a picture of her, and and the other side a child, a little child, with a
Belly.
big belly, yes, a big belly. And the phrase, it was something like I said before, the name of the woman with 10 weeks of pregnancy, like that. And me after to drink a cup of water, the big belly, and we have this difference. People trying to have a body that they maybe do not have the exactly same condition of another person, and the pressure all the time to be like that, to keep like that, to not be a mother, for example, to not get some body that they have afraid to have and lose all respect and all, that's it.
I want to show you something real quick. There's a game called Street Fighter, and one of the most recent versions feature a Brazil stage. So like they fight in Brazil. And then when they started doing the research, they thought, okay, Brazil has those like hot, fit women that dance in carnival. So that's what we're going to feature. And then a person actually came to Brazil to do some research and see how people looked like in Brazil. And then he did include these fit, tall, good-looking women, but he actually realized that most women are not like that. And he did feature a regular Brazilian woman. Let me show you that.
Oh my God.
So first, this woman here in green is Brazilian in the game. She's a character. And
I played this game.
look, these here on the left are the carnival hot
God.
Brazilian women. However, notice
Like we are like that in the street.
Notice the woman in green. So this is the Brazilian woman, okay? The real Brazilian day-to-day woman.
My kind of woman.
That. So they did feature the stereotype, but also a regular woman.
Yeah. I got they are dancing. They are dancing while people are having a fight. What a weird thing.
Indeed.
This is what we do in Brazil. We dance.
Like every time.
We pay the bills like this. Hey.
Mindie, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What's the stereotype in the UK of what a woman should look like?
I can give you many views about that. So, okay, from a Caucasian point of view, most of you know what Caucasian means, right?
Do you guys understand Caucasian? Caucasian.
So
White.
Yeah. So the ideal type is typically blonde-haired, blue eyes, slim, young, and they tend to, I'd say, get far when it comes to opportunities. You can take that you can interpret that in any way that you will. In the Indian culture, which is my culture, I don't know if anybody's seen that show called Indian Matchmaking on Netflix. It's a very interesting show. You should get a chance to watch it if you can.
Indian Matchmaking.
Did you say
Indian
again?
matchmaking. Indian matchmaking.
I'll
watch it.
You got inside and people calling your name. Sorry.
It's a name by now.
So
sorry, Mindie.
That's okay. This show holds many stereotypes about women, and it places so much bias and prejudice. It's unreal, and it still happens in today's culture. So the typical view for a woman is that she should glorify the man. She should carry out a lot of responsibilities. This might be very relatable for some cultures and some women, but we need to be curvy. We need to be fair-skinned. Once we are educated, we basically forget about our dreams and our hopes, and we just basically settle down and have a family. That's the typical Indian view of what a woman should be. And I think her personality is to be very submissive or subservient. And what I mean by that is they listen to every whim and request of their other half. But with today's generation and today's movement, a lot of that is changing, because I think this brings into notion that there is an identity crisis between the West and East. So that's something that we have to grapple. So yeah, that's the view of a woman in the Indian culture and the British Indian culture. So yeah.
Mindie, have you watched Have I Ever? So it's like Have I Ever Never? It's like I forgot. Like it's something like this. It's a Netflix TV series of a
Never Have I Ever.
yeah, Never Have I Ever. Yeah.
No, I've heard of it, but tell me more about it. What's it about?
It's a very teenager TV series, but it's pretty interesting because it's about Indian culture. Is a teenager, an Indian teenager, Indian American teenager. Like her family is all Indian, and she's an American teenager, like with Indian background. And like it's like she facing like her cultural shock, like because her family is so Indian and she's living in American society, and it's quite funny and it's really nice. It's cute and funny. I watched
Yeah.
it the whole first season. Is like very quickly. You're gonna love it. I guess you're gonna love it. So it is interesting. You can see exactly what you're saying because she has a cousin. Her name is Kamala, like the name of
Yeah.
her cousin, and her cousin is a very smart girl and very beautiful as well. Like she's taking attention of all the guys, but all that she wants, she doesn't want to marry, and she's facing a trouble with her family because her family from India sent her to US to study, but they still want her to marry. So they are introducing her to a guy, like because the guy is like look like the perfect match to her, an Indian guy, very smart, like her, like look like the perfect match. But she is like, okay, he's a quite nice guy. I don't want to marry. Like she's like facing this trouble. It's really nice. You're gonna like it.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Thanks for letting me know.
What about this matchmaking thing, Mindie, and also arranged marriages, as Vanessa is mentioning? Is that still true? Is it reality? Is that changing?
Yeah. I think the best way to explain that is there's an example of forced marriages where you don't have a choice, but in arranged marriages you do have a choice. There is what you call a middle person who's a matchmaker who might know the family through I don't know, say just they've had a relation or they just know people through people. That does still happen nowadays. It's still a traditional way of meeting people. I personally think you're always going to need that because you don't know what kind of opportunity might come out of it. You might be able to meet someone who could be a potential life partner. Sometimes it doesn't work out for you, but generally that system of meeting people, it does exist. You can even meet people through your temple. I don't know if they have like this marriage bureau in like churches or anything, but they do have that kind of traditional way. It still does exist. Yeah.
And do you like it? Do you subscribe to it? Do you follow it?
It's not a subscription model. It's not like Netflix. But I have tried it. I have tried it through my temple, and you do have to pay a one-off fee. So I guess in that respect, it is a subscription model. So my bad.
Have to pay a fee to meet someone?
Because they hold events and they have like a database of available numbers. So you have to you can only choose maximum 5 numbers for a guy. You check their bio data. So yeah, I have tried it, but most of the time I've often got rejected. I'm happy to talk about the rejections that I've had because they're very minor. It could be because I'm either too young, or maybe it's because I eat meat. They want a vegetarian, or because our caste doesn't match. Do you guys know much about the caste system?
We've heard of it. This famous soap opera here in Brazil called Caminho da Índia, like the way to India, in which we kind of got some idea of what these are, but you could explain to us.
Yeah, so it's a very heavily renowned tradition that's been in India since the dawn of time, and basically the caste system is determined by the sort of skill that you've been born into, a trade that your family was operating back in the time. So that could range from, like, say, farming, carpentry, some sort of skill which was either regarded as like very profitable or not profitable, and that basically deemed how you can look after a family. So not only did caste matter, but also depending on how many assets you had, and assets were measured in a very different way. So if you had like say 10 cows, that means you can hold a family together. But nowadays, the caste system is still around. Some people are still very focused on that. My background is carpentry, but my choices are very liberal. So yeah, caste system basically means that.
You said carpentry, and then we say what?
That's my caste, my family caste, but our choices and who we get involved with are very liberal.
I see. So,
Yeah, so
like,
we're very open-minded.
so you got some potential partners from the temple, and they didn't accept you, maybe because of your caste.
Yeah, because they were either higher caste or mainly because they're higher caste, and they rejected me because I'm a middle caste.
I see.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
My God, it's
so different from where we live here. Like,
yes.
Incredible to see that difference.
It's not like this doesn't happen here. It's so crazy to think about it, because I think this happens in all the ways we put different names. Maybe we don't call this a caste or something like that, but we have this the difference about that are guided by money, guided by color, skin color, things like that. The neighbor that live, the status that you have, the profession that you have. So the religion that we have this, but it's so weird to hear about this kind of thing, independent on the name, you know.
Yeah, we do live that, right? Like, that's maybe something general, like economical capability, the place you live, the color of your skin, your height, your weight, like all of these are kind of fit us into different categories, and some people don't like to date out of those categories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had a bad experience with my ex relationship. Like my last relationship, I had a really bad experience about that. Rafael.
Sorry, guys.
I had a kind of experience like I believe maybe it was something from my mind or maybe not, but I believe the family of my ex-boyfriend, especially his father, didn't like me for many reasons. Like I was 21, 22 years old. I think I was 22, and I didn't graduate. And he was a very smart guy, and he's a very successful person. But he graduated really young, and he was already working. He was 2 years older than me, and I think his family wasn't seeing me in a good way. I was feeling every time his father judged me, you know, like I was feeling every time some kind of like he was whenever he was asking me something about my life, he was asking more for judging, not to get to know more about me. And I've been always this kind of person who I just wanted to travel. I didn't have my plans in here. Since that time, I was already like this. And I remember one day he asked me, what are you planning to do when you get your bachelor? And I was saying, well, I think I'm gonna travel. I have this plan. I'm like saving money for that. And he was, oh, you're gonna travel, but how about how about your master degree? You don't want to get a master degree? Have you checked if your master degree is going to be accepted in here in Brazil when you come back? He was making these awkward questions sometimes, and I was like, I don't know even if I want to get a master degree. I want to have a professional career, and I'll do what is fitting to my career. I don't know if I want to have a master degree. And he was doing the same pressure on my ex-boyfriend because he still didn't have a master degree. And sometimes I don't know if that was really what he wanted. And yeah, it was an awkward situation. I was feeling really bad. Sometimes when I was at his family, I was feeling that I was so lower. Like I was feeling that his family was like kind of like, oh, this girl is not enough for my perfect son.
Yeah.
Sometimes we still have this in here as well.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Vanessa. I said, I'm sorry to hear that. I had to go through that recently with a recent relationship. It's the very same thing.
Very same thing.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
They look down on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, flipping heck. I was like, bloody hell, this man. So this family, I'm not going to say anything bad about the family because me and the guy, we were very into each other. And even though we were both Indian, different religions, on my side, things can happen. So basically, if the relationship was to move forward, it was possible. But the family judged me based on my cultural background, my job status, basically how profitable am I next to his son. And because they didn't deem me fit for their son, who was a little bit younger than me and still just trying to get their life on track, and they didn't want me to move forward with him. I was like, okay, if you want your son to be happy, he'll be crawling back. Then we'll see who's laughing. Okay. I was like that. But it's a very unfair situation.
It's very bad. At the end, I broke up exactly for this reason, like many reasons, but also this reason because what was making me was not because about his was not about his family, but it was about his attitude. He was saying he didn't agree with his family, but he was not putting his limits. And I was saying like, look, I cannot. I took this decision like I cannot accept someone like this. You know, you are the one who has to put your limits in your family. You are already a grown man. A grown man. Like you are the one who has to have your opinion and say, hey, I want to do my master. I don't want to do my master. This is my choice now. I that was bothering me a lot. Like I was always he was caring so much about his family, and I think we should respect our family, but it also has a limit. I can't forget the day, for example, that he got he got a fine. He got a fine because of his car. There was something irregular that he forgot to pay for some license, like some documents. I don't remember very well, and they were going to take his car. It was night. Instead of calling his family, he asked me to call my mother to go to pick
go again. What's the story?
So he got a fine. We were coming back from somewhere, and the police was there, and he got a fine because there was something irregular with his car. He forgot to pay his last license. I forgot the name of this. Even in Portuguese, I forgot the name, but it was kind of irregular, you know.
Okay.
You have to pay for the documents of your car every year. So he forgot to pay.
Had expired.
Yeah, it was expired, and because he forgot, and they were going to take his car. So what he said to me was like, Vanessa, can we call your mother to come and pick us up? Instead calling his family because he was afraid of his family. Afraid of what his family would say. He preferred to call my mother because my mother wouldn't say anything. My mother would say, oh, it happens. Like, that's it. Like, and I was like, what kind of relationship does this person like is building with their family that they cannot be themselves? They cannot have any mistake. Of course, I feel really proud about my family about that because my mother, of course, she's getting upset when I have a mistake. She's teaching me, but it's not like I'm going to be afraid of her when I have a mistake. I am the one who I am going to pay for what I did. And she's going to tell, you see, you did wrong, you're paying for what you did, and that's it. There is no reason to be afraid of.
I see. Yeah, that's very frequent. People lying to their families, like
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been out with girls who had to lie to their mothers that they were going to a friend's house instead of meeting me, and that's a recipe for disaster, I believe. Like, what's gonna happen after that? Like, if you start your life with something so simple and you don't trust your family to tell them the truth, that can get very bad.
But I think that the biggest problem on this case, Vanessa, is not about he calling your mother instead of his mother. I think the biggest problem is like a grown man with a problem, having to call someone to solve it. Right?
That's true.
I think this is the biggest problem here.
No, I mean, like it was okay to call my mother because we were like kind of close to my home, and she was just going to pick us up, like because instead paying for a Uber or a taxi, we thought about like requesting an Uber or taxi. But if I would call my mother, it would be easier like to pick us up, and it was not that late. But I mean, like, why he cannot say to his family?
But if this is a problem, he could call a taxi, right?
Yeah, no, we were thinking about that as well, about calling an Uber or a taxi.
I know the topic is not us, but also it's expected from men to be mature and adults when we are, but sometimes we're not. Like, sometimes we like have the right to be childish and and ask for help.
Very childish.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there is no problem to ask for help. It's like not about solving the problems. It was just about like, let's go. We need to go home. We needed to go home, and we're going to be without a car. So if it would be with me, I wouldn't be afraid of calling my mother. I don't know. I'm pretty sure she would. Of course, she wouldn't be happy. She would say like, if it would be my car, like she would say, "Oh, Vanessa, you should pay for that. Like you should pay attention to that." But that's it. That's the only thing she would say. I would have to pay anyway. She was just going to pick me up, and that's it.
There's this comedian I like called Chris D'Elia in his last show. By the way, I've been watching more. I realized I didn't watch many women comedians, and that was so weird of me. Why do I assume that women are going to be as funny as men? And I started changing that, and I even shared with you a Netflix special on the community. I recommend you watch it. She's very funny, and. But he says that his family was very open and they said, hey, drugs exist and this is what sex is about and these are all the wrong things you can do. If you want to try them, go there and do it. And then tell us how it went. Like, and he was like, hey, his parents were so good. He was upset. I want to. What is that you would want me to do so I can do the opposite? Like, he couldn't be a teenager. I would say, like in the classical sense of things, of being against their parents and hating them because they were so open and there was trust, So he never did drugs or drank a sip of any alcoholic drink. And
so I go to the church and I will be well behavior and
yeah, my parents
I will never drink beer. We'll see.
That's a healthy relationship, right? Like built on trust. Dai, I want to hear more from you about your. Did you have any troubles like Vanessa's with like with a person's family or being looked down on?
I actually date with an Indian guy some time ago.
Look at that.
And
in Canada?
Yes. And I think 6 years ago. And we talked a lot about this Indian issue about family. His brother at that point, he was dating and he had a fiance that was an Italian fiance. I didn't knew them because they lived in the other side of the country, and we didn't have time to go there. But his brother was having a problem with his family because of this Italian fiance, because he said that his family was trying to look for an Indian woman for his brother and to him, and an Indian guy for her daughter. And it was a really big issue for you Indian people. I don't know, it's cultural, but this was something that was a little problem to our relationship.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Yes, because like his family was always. We were living on. I forgot the name of the city, Vancouver, and his family was from Toronto, so it was far away. So, but they were always telling him on telephone, etc., that maybe I was dating him just because of green card or something like that. That he had to have Indian girlfriend. So, and he didn't told me all this stuff right away. I started to realize that something was wrong. Yes, because he was telling some friends some stuff like different. He was trying to manage the situation, and I realized it. And I was like, one day I asked him, I was like, what is going on? Why did you tell that thing to your an old friend that visited us? And he was like, okay, I have to tell you, but my family is like not liking that we are getting closer and closer because we were living together and etc. So it was hard, but for me it was an open-minded relationship because I was in this Brazilian culture and all this stuff. So it was really it opens my mind about other cultures, about there are a lot of ways of thinking different than we are used to. I realized that in Brazil, everybody that comes here, they get mixed. So the Italian people comes here and make mixed, and there in Canada, I understand, and I think in UK and in other countries, you guys keep your cultures. Like you are Indian, you are Italian, and you live together without leaving your way of view and etc. So it was really mind blowing for me.
Yeah.
Even if it didn't went well, it went good because it was good when we were together. We still talk to each other. We still sometimes Skype, but it didn't work out because of this. I believe.
And that reflects on language, right? Because here, when we say I'm Brazilian, I mean I was born in Brazil, born and raised usually, but sometimes even only born. If I say I'm Italian, I say I was born in Italy, and I probably speak Italian. But outside Brazil, and in some countries like the US and Canada and the UK, I believe, for example, Mindie, you can say I am Indian, right? You can say that phrase, and that's true. But you were born in the UK, right?
So I think the best way to actually explain that is I identify as British, but my roots are Indian.
Yeah, you understand that. I'm just saying that if you say that in Portuguese, if you say I'm Indian, I mean I was born in India, and there's no question about it, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
And there was a friend who told me a story. He was in the US and he was reading a book in Portuguese, and then a guy with Chinese background, he said, "Hey, you're reading a book in Portuguese? Wow, that's crazy." Yes, I'm Brazilian. You know that, like. Yeah, but I'm Chinese and I don't know any Mandarin. Like, so that's so you're not Chinese. Like for us, you're not Chinese. You're American. Only because you look Chinese. If you weren't born there, you were not. Like for the way we see it, you know.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm drinking a lot of water. I have to have like 4.5 of these a day now. So I'll be right back.
Mindie, what is your religion? You told that you had a different religion of the guy you used to date.
So my religion is Sikh.
What?
Sikh. I'll spell it out for you. Hold on. I'll write it in the chat.
That religion with the gold book?
1 minute.
She will write on the chat.
Sikh religion. Sikhism. Okay.
What was your ex? What religion was he?
What?
What religion was your ex?
He wasn't. He hadn't a religion. He didn't believe in God. He was not Indian.
So he wasn't practicing a religion.
No, and one friend of us used to say that he was the last Indian guy he ever met, because he didn't make anything of Indian. We just eat some Indian food because I love Indian food, and but he wasn't too much into the Indian culture. He was a denier. He was like denying the culture, Indian culture.
Oh wow. What was it? What was why was he so resistant to the culture? If you don't mind me asking.
I believe he had some not racism, but he was in the school. I don't remember the word. In the school, one time he told me that he had to study in a different class than the other white people. So he used to study with Black people and Indian people and Asian people, and in the other classroom was the white people. And I believe that all this stuff that happened to him during his childhood really messed up a little bit with him. So I think he was that kind that wanted to fit with the white people, white culture. I don't know if this is the theory that I create, but I don't know.
I see.
That's a shame.
Mindie, there's a host, a TV host, and a comedian called
Nazif.
No, I forgot. He's got a project, like a show on Netflix called Patriot Act.
I know who. Is it Imran? I think it's Imran or Nazar. I know who you're on about.
Some Patriot.
Yeah.
Act.
Short guy, right?
Pardon me?
A short guy.
Hassan Minhaj.
Yeah. He's really good.
And he has a video about the whitenization of Indians, like, and how Indian culture sees. It was like when there was that uprising of the Black movement, and he was referring to how Indians see the Black people, and he said that we Indians tend generally admire outstanding black people, but don't want to look like them. So some of the most profitable products in India is products that whiten your skin. Do you feel that's true?
Yeah, absolutely. I know some of those products, not that I've used them, but I know what they are.
Yeah.
It's a very sad state of affairs that we have such products that are made. There's one called Fair and Lovely. I'm like, are you kidding me? There's something like that even real? But the fact that there's so much what's the word? It's not even pressure, but I just think it's an abomination that stuff like that is actually put together. It's yeah, it really saddens me to see that that kind of stuff still exists. It's still very heavy in India that such stereotype is actually placed upon people. So yeah, I don't know what to say about it. It actually gets me down.
So that's true. Like Indians trying to fit into the white culture by even looking whiter, right? Some of them.
Yeah, if for those people who do it, they must have like a really low sort of self-esteem and lack of education, lack of exposure to the fact that they don't have to be like that. But there is a large case of, I'm sorry to say, white supremacy involved even in Britain. People do try and fit in by even just trying to look like them. That's why there is a massive identity crisis culture that still exists even today. I'm sure it's not just in Britain; it's probably widespread across the whole world. But yeah, it still exists. People,
And it's still interesting in my situation because I was dating him because I am fascinated for Indian culture.
Yeah.
So I
What?
tried
Like,
to get things of Indian culture from him, and he tell me everything, but he was like, I'm not into this, I don't like this, you know.
I see. So you're trying to Indianize him again, like.
No, no, I accept him the way he was, but I wanted to know more about Indian culture.
Diego, I want to ask you something. You have a stepdaughter, right? And I believe among us, you are one of the only person here who has a contact with a female child. And what do you feel about that? Like, how are future generations dealing with what it means to be a woman?
Yeah, that's like I feel like really scared. This is the word, scared. So I was like the audio that we've been challenged to answer. It is the feeling I can say that it is here and it is in our society. Like, I mean, for example, I really scared if someday my stepdaughter uh, goes out and someone tries to harass her or something like this, and even these ideas of, like, as Mindie said, that we have a standardized society, and it is so big that now she's just 9, and she is like creating her way to say, her way to live, her way to uh, express herself. But she is already getting some touch of, like, I need to be like this, and this is something that scares me. I know it is that we need to understand and uh, like let her live. It is the real idea, the real life, and but because if we are too much protective, uh, it is the opposite. It is the other way around, yeah. So we are not uh, like
isolating her from the world.
yeah, we are not rising her the correct thing. But it scares me a lot. And even now that in in our media it is so like the cases that we have here in Brazil, and it's
Marina Ferri.
and yeah, Marina Ferri, the case of Robinho, the soccer player,
You know about
and
what happened.
yeah, she
Can you share some of
was.
these stories in the chat box? Would you
Sorry?
mind?
The name?
Do you mind sharing some of these stories in the chat box if there's like a news article?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this case of the soccer player, he was he was what is it like condemned? No, he was
Sentence?
condemned. Yes. He used to live in Italy, and he raped a girl, and he was condemned there, and he came here to Brazil, and people started to cheer he's up like he was an idol,
My
and
God.
so considering that nothing happens, and the idea of the yes the Mari Ferro, like she was raped because uh, our macho future, because did you guys see the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was crying a lot, uh,
You should
asking
give
for.
some more context,
Mm-hmm.
Diego. So this woman, she accused a man of raping her, and then since there was no enough evidence to prove that, he was sentenced to something that was named estupro culposo. And this idea of culposo is when something wasn't done with the intention of doing it, which is contradictory. Like, that was why the whole movement started. Like, how can you rape someone by accident?
Yeah, it's
And
ridiculous.
So that I have to make some correction
Comment.
because that
Yeah, you
wasn't
are.
that wasn't
Lawyer.
he wasn't condemned for
yeah, I was about to explain.
rape culposo. This rape culposo was something that the media made to explain uh, the big problem, right? But it wasn't. He wasn't condemned by it. This
Yeah,
didn't
actually,
exist in Brazil.
the phrase that was used is actually true. Like, no exist to compose. It doesn't. It means like it
It
doesn't
doesn't exist.
exist in an intentional rape, which is true because let me explain. A woman and a friend of mine who studies law, she explained that crimes, they have a series of aspects to be categorized as that crime. So, for example, if a mug, like if I mug you, I have to be like threaten you with a weapon or threaten your life and your safety somehow, and then subtract an object from you. So that's mugging. And then if we have all of the evidences, I'll be sentenced to pay for that crime. However, if I mugged you and I used a weapon and that's not proven, and the only proven part is that I subtracted an object from you, that's just like a subtraction of an object. We call furto in Brazil. And then for rape to happen, all of these aspects have to be proven. And then since not all of them were, like you couldn't fall, since there's no unintentional rape, he couldn't fall into a lesser category. So that's why he was not sentenced to actual rape and was sentenced to something lighter. So that's what happened. However, the worst part of it is how they treated the woman. Like in her trial, it was an online trial, and they were humiliating her. The judge was showing her pictures on Instagram. Hey, are you this? Like, look the pictures that you post.
The lawyer, not the judge.
Yeah, it was a lawyer, right? Look at the pictures that you post. You want to be raped, like, you know, as if she was asking for it or she deserved it. And that was very unnecessary and aggressive.
But I have a different point of view about this case, because I think I'm not sure if it happened or not. I think it happened because I think she wouldn't like accuse him for nothing. But I think she's lying at some points to make sure she can win the case. Because I watched the whole.
I wanted to watch. We have access to the whole trial.
Yes.
Yeah, that is on YouTube, and I watched it. It was like for 3 hours. I didn't watch the 3 hours, but what I watched it for almost 1 hour. I think, I'm not sure because we don't know what happened inside because there is no camera showing that. But I think she's lying at some points, and he's lying as well. I think both of them are lying. I think he really did something. And I think but she's also increasing the case, you know. I think someone like told her like, oh, I think if you say that and that, they're gonna believe you. Like there's a high chance that they're gonna believe you. If you say just like this, they cannot believe you. So I think there is something wrong in the situation, like from both sides. I think he's not innocent, and I think she's not saying the whole truth.
What the part do you think she's
It's
lying?
complicated because
Sorry.
What I think she's lying?
Yes, what the part that you think it's not true?
I think the part that she was intoxicated. That she can be lying because of the whole cameras. Like I saw like even she go into the streets and asking for attacks and this. But I think there is a chance that he abused it or raped her because we don't know what happened inside, and I don't think she would be so mad at him, and she wouldn't accuse him for nothing. So I think he did something, but I think she's just increasing the points. Like she's just saying more things that what actually happened.
I'm glad that you are saying this because like it will be not the same.
I would like to know Diana's opinion. I would like to hear her.
Have you watched the whole video?
Like a lawyer view about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't like this criminal law thing because of this. It's hard, right? But
yeah.
First of all, I think he wasn't condemned, right? And what I read was the MP, the Ministério Público, the public minister, the petition of the Ministério Público. And what happened to Ministério Público was that they didn't find any evidence of rape. She wasn't drunk as she told, and I'm just giving you the facts that I
yes
read.
Yeah,
all this stuff, and so because of that, because they didn't get any. When you have to condemn anyone, or not just in criminal thing, in anything, to condemn, you have to get proofs, real proofs, and when you don't have proofs, you go to evidences, right? So in this case, they didn't have proof and not what?
What's the difference between proof and evidence?
Proof is something that like if it was a camera view on the place that it was happening, right? Not when she was coming into the bedroom, but in the place. This is a proof. It's something that you can't deny. You have the proof there. It shows you that happened. You sign it. You made it. You bought it. You have some proof. Evidence is something that you can't say if that is really that really happened, but all the things that happen can carry you to can lead you to realize that probably happened. So there are cameras showing that she was going into the bathroom before him. So she was going to the bedroom by her own decision, right? He wasn't pushing her or anything. So with these evidences and with no proofs, the Ministério Público found that there wasn't any way of condemning him to rape. So the issue is that when someone rapes a girl, the problem is the intention in the mind of the girl, right? And this is something that our law
doesn't cover.
Doesn't cover. So even if she went there in the bedroom by herself, even if she wasn't drunk, she could be manipulated to do that. Not manipulated like, oh, no, but all the things, men knows how to manipulate women like, oh, I'm going to be nice with you. So these things, our law can't cover. So that's why the news was saying about rape, culposo rape, right? Because yes, because the guy didn't know, but didn't want to rape her because he didn't know that he, in her mind, he didn't want it to be to make sex, right? Yeah. And this is some issue of this case. But the big problem, the thing that really scares me, and I think it's really nice that the whole world was into this movement, is like, even if she was lying, if she wasn't raped, the way that the audition
happened,
the way it happened was really terrible, right? Because they put images of her that, first of all, doesn't have anything with the case, put her into a position that if a woman puts some type of clothes or takes some pictures, she is a slut. So this shows how we women have all this men pressure to be inside a box. We can't be, if you try to be something different, we will have all these violent people.
And also to be
don't do that.
Boxes, right?
What?
To be in several boxes. Like, today I want to show my body to the world. Today I don't. Like, it's your decision. And you have to be, now that you show the body to the world, you are technically a slut. You cannot change that. Like, you can't.
So, and if you do that,
and also you have all the right to be a slut. I am a slut. Yeah, I am a slut. And today I don't want to be. That's my choice, you know.
So that's my humble.
Yeah. Another thing it is, why not women lawyer? Why not a women judge? Yeah, for this.
There are women law judges, a lot of women judges, and a lot of bad.
In this case, he's talking about this case specifically.
This case, I mean, yeah. For this case, special case.
You can't choose the judge, right? When some case go into the judiciary, the judges. I don't know the name. Judiciário. When some case go there, there is sorteio. How can I
Ruffle,
say?
yeah.
A ruffle, a draw.
So it's a random.
So
Random.
it's random, yes. So it goes to the judge that it randomly is chosen. It's not.
But regardless, like it could also be a woman who would treat her badly. Like it's not that. It's just how they treat her.
Because we have another problem. There are a lot of judges with power issue.
Yeah.
You have a lot of in the YouTube. You have a lot of women judge that is really terrible. Google there, and you will see a lot of really bad women judge.
Yeah. And that I know that problems don't compare, but they can be risky to us too. Because what if she wanted to have sex with him, and she said yes, and then she says no after it happened, but because you have kind of all of the evidences that something sexual happened, and then she says no. How can I refute that? You know.
I believe that is what happened in that case.
Yeah, me too. That's what I'm telling. I don't think he didn't do anything. Like I think he did something. Something is wrong because she wouldn't accuse him for nothing.
Vanessa, you keep saying that, and I hear that, and I think maybe you are being a little naive when you say that. I understand, I completely understand, but we have a lot of people that are able to do that. These women or men, or we have bad people in the world. And I really believe that a lot of people could do that kind of thing, nothing happened, and I wanted to get some money or some attention or things like that. But we try to believe in that kind of thing, I think we try to know she didn't do all of this because of nothing. No, but I think it's not like that actually in the real world.
Can be that's my bad. I'm always judging people for like what I would do, sometimes.
Yeah, this is why.
What do you think, Paula?
What I think?
What about the case? Because with this last commentary of yours,
No. I think the same of you. I think the same of you. The big problem. I don't know if she was raped or not. I don't know if what happened, and I don't know if it happened at something like that. She says yes, and in the middle of the situation, she was sorry, and she has the right to be sorry. To hey, I don't want this anymore, and there's no such a thing as no, you come here, so this is not something that we could accept. Another thing that yes, we have songs saying things like that. We have jokes saying things like that, and another thing that we have the problem with, we used to call women like a prostitute, like if she was a prostitute, she could say no the same way. I don't want to work, I don't want to do this service with you, I don't want to be here with you anymore. I will give your money back. She has the same right as everybody. We need to understand that it is about the person agree with the thing, and this is what I believe. And the big problem was the way that she was treated. It doesn't matter if she was right or wrong in a piece of fact or in the whole thing. It doesn't matter. She needs to be treated as a human, as a human being, and they need to use evidence. They need to say things that make sense with the situation. And we have this society that is still go with this kind of argument. that she used this kind of clothes, so she was wanting something, and that's the problem. I agree with you, Diana.
I think today what we mean by hate is a little different from the past, because
Yeah.
in the past to be raped was necessary have violence, and now if the
Physical
woman
violence.
say no, it's rape, but it's very difficult to prove. I read a history for a woman that goes to a bar with a man and kisses, and then go to his apartment and go to room and go to bed and say no, and he wants, because it's difficult to some people understand. Today is different because in the past a lot of women said no only to, I don't know, only to the people think it's difficult to get sex with a woman, and in this case I told you the man doesn't understand. If no, it's no. And she told her case in the internet, and told it's a rape, but it's very difficult to prove it in a judge. And I think we are changing the culture and what we understand for rape, but it's a process.
Yeah. I even saw a joke that you have to be recording now the whole conversation. There's a contract. Hey, like, sign this contract. Yes, because intercourse.
Yeah.
Because things might change later. Okay, guys. So can we wrap it up now?
Yeah.
Let's take a picture.
I'm glad I had a shower today.
My cat.
Why are you wearing this blouse, Mindie? Is it getting colder?
Yeah, it's kind of like autumn is finishing and winter is coming, or winter is here and it's really cold. My house is so open plan and the draft just comes in so easily. It's like, cold.
So, ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Guys, very productive conversation. And thank you a lot. Thanks for sharing your opinions and opening your lives and points of view. I really appreciate that. So enjoy the rest of your day and see you later.
Bye.
Nice to meet you, Mindie.
Thank you so much
Mindie.
one more time for joining us.
No problem. Thanks to everyone. It's been fun. Thank you.